Hey everybody, I'm out in the southern Utah wilderness doing a little adventuring, exploring, getting out in nature. This is the Red Mountain area. I'm down where the desert meets the sky. Some of the most beautiful country on the planet, in my opinion. This week's threat expands off of last week's, where we were talking about hantavirus, and I gave a little lesson on how it's transmitted. So it is endemic to this region, and it's something that you should be concerned about if you happen to have a cabin or working in outbuildings or areas where there are rodents, and there's a chance of aerosolizing those droppings, the urine, the saliva, and could potentially get inhaled. It's only transmissible from the virus that sheds off of those particles that are aerosolized directly from the rodent. It's not person-to-person transmissible here in the US. It can make you sick with flu-like symptoms. You get headache and fever, and if you end up with a cough and difficulty breathing, that is a pulmonary hantavirus, and those are the severities that people do die from. And in the US, 10 or 11 people do die every year from hantavirus. It's not a pandemic, it's not epidemic, it is an endemic virus, something that public health is aware of, but we don't worry too much about it. We just make people aware that live down in these areas. Now, I'm out here hiking in the wilderness, trying to explore and be outside, get some fresh air, be healthy. And I'm worried about threats in the context of understanding what are the risks of being in places like this. So I'm carrying a first aid kit. You can see that I've already been a victim of actually my clay pigeon thrower this morning when we were out doing a little target practice shooting. It tried to clay pigeon throw my face while I was trying to fix a little problem with it. So fortunately, I had my Jase aid kit and I was able to apply a little steri strip, and I'll check it out when I get home to see if it needs a stitch or if I can just leave the steri strip in. So other threats in locations like this, of course, we're always thinking about wild animals, but generally when you're in places where there are other hikers, and there aren't many around today, that's not really an issue. But I do know that down here there are cougars, mountain lions, there are bear, but you don't really see them much in this area. So the biggest threat and risk would be falling, getting injured, and being unable to make it back to your car. Today it's a little bit cold. You can see in the trees there's some snow that fell last night. Weather can change, so I'm carrying a jacket and some water. So I always have a flashlight and my first aid kit. So that's generally what I hike with. Now, I do have my family with me out here, so I want to make sure I know where they are. They're actually running down the trail and probably going to fall and scrape up something. So maybe I'll get another chance to use that first aid kit. So, oh, this is beautiful. So I'm going to turn around and let you all see this. We did do a weather check this morning to see if there was going to be more weather coming in, and there's not, at least not today. We do have some clouds and some cloud cover, and it's keeping it a little bit chilly, but there's no more snow or rain in the forecast. So that when we did our threat assessment, we definitely included that, and just included a couple extra layers in case it gets too cold. So thanks for joining us. My recommendation for this week is, the preparedness hint is get outside, exercise, work that body, get used to being out in the weather and doing things outside so that your body is used to working hard and being just a little bit stressed. That helps you prepare for crisis events in the future. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining Jase. Thanks for being a part of our group, our community of like-minded and preparedness-minded families, individuals, and neighborhoods. So aloha everybody, and we'll catch you next week.